fall semester of 2021, 18 students, 3 professors, and a resident counselor were lucky enough to spend 9 weeks in Ecuador studying biology, Spanish, philosophy, and country studies. The focus was the intersection between nature and knowledge, between the rich human history in this part of the world and the stunning landscapes containing a remarkable diversity of geography and life. We traveled from Elsa to Quito at 9,000 feet, to the cloud forests, to the Amazon rainforest, to the high Andes, and finally to the Galapagos Islands. It was an amazing experience that none of us is likely to forget. The adventure began in Quito, where the students were in homestays and studying Spanish.
During our 4 weeks in Quito, we stayed with host families and attended classes at University San Francisco of Quito. Connecting with our host families and learning from our professors was my favorite experience from the trip. While in Quito, we went on excursions to the mountains and historical sites.
One of these sites, just north of Quito, was the Center of the World site at the equator. They demonstrated a lot of things there that they claimed to be special. They stood an egg on a nail, had us walk in a straight line with our eyes closed to demonstrate improved balance, and drained tubs of water on either side of the equator to demonstrate the Coriolis effect. After we all returned to Kumbaya, Kip and I had a fun time debunking the myth that an egg can only stand on a nail at the equator to our host family.
Abuela Consuelo does not believe us, so she is hammering a nail into a piece of wood right now so we can test it.
That's amazing.
After hiking up the steep trail, we arrived at the Santa Lucia Lodge. Here, we were surrounded by the buzz of hummingbirds and mist of the cloud forest. While on a night hike, Kip spotted a rufescent screech owl, a rare owl that even our guide had never seen before.
Traveling to the Santa Lucia Eco Lodge in the cloud forest was our first taste of the amazing biodiversity of Ecuador. The cloud forest was dense with mosses, ferns, and epiphytes growing on all the trees on any branches. I especially loved seeing all the orchids. There are thousands of species. Some were endemic to the area, meaning that they could not be found anywhere else in the world.
About midway through our abroad, we had the chance to visit the most biodiverse area in the world, the Yasuni National Park. There we stayed at the Tipitini Biodiversity Station. While at the research station, we had local guides who took us on excursions through the rainforest and river. The guides were able to point out and identify every plant and animal we saw. Now, Tipitini was not the easiest part of our abroad, but I would say that thanks to the guides, we all had some incredibly unforgettable experiences.
I missed the feeling of the riverboat tipping from side to side as we spotted strange new creatures on the banks of the Tipitini River. I felt as though I was in a nature documentary I watched so frequently as a child, and even got to fearlessly jump into the water to escape the heat and experience the dense forest at a slower pace. I felt oddly euphoric despite being surrounded by unknown territory with known dangers.
Making our way across the topography of Chimborazo, our group moved between conversation and contemplative silence as we considered the beliefs surrounding the mountain we were on. To the indigenous peoples of Ecuador, Chimborazo is a strong male entity whose power must be respected. The Andes came to embody a mysterious beauty to our group, and we found ourselves awestruck as we bounded down the sandy dunes into the valley and shared a pasture with the vicuñas, who call the mountain home.
One of the most memorable things we did during our day with the indigenous community was learn one of their dances where we walked around the village with bells on our legs. It was an unforgettable day to be able to immerse ourselves in this community and learn from them a special and sacred dance. And I was lucky enough to be volunteered by the group to do this dance repeatedly all day.
It was one of the most exciting moments of my life, flying into the Galapagos Islands. It's been a dream since I was a little girl to go to the Galapagos. Getting on the bus, driving to the USFQ campus, the first thing I saw were sea lions everywhere. You come to this place expecting to have to scour for these iconic animals, but they are all just there at the beaches. Every day, I felt like I had to pinch myself to remind myself that this place was real.
The most memorable day of snorkeling for me was at this place called Kicker Rock. It was a large rock formation in the middle of the ocean off the coast of San Cristobal. Around the backside of the rock, there was a channel. In that channel, each group saw the Galapagos sharks, and the other group got to see the hammerhead sharks. This was a really special experience for both groups, being able to see the endemic shark of the Galapagos.
And now, I'd like to introduce the amazing group of students that made this experience possible.
De Alto Cedro voy para Martané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Martané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. Llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Martané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Martané, llego a Puerto, voy para